Greetings, I'm Tom Laporte. Welcome to Sociology 2600 Social Problems. This is a quick presentation to help you navigate this course, to understand the best practices so that you can be successful in the class. In Blackboard to the left-hand side is a menu of the important items for this course. You're already at the Start Here tab. The majority of the information for this class will happen under the Lessons tab. We'll talk about that in a bit. In the Start Here tab, along with this video, you'll find the syllabus, much of which is standard like all the other Chattahoochee syllabi. What's important is at the end of the syllabus is the schedule of assignments. Also, under the Start Here tab, you'll find an individual file called Schedule of Assignments. You'll want to download a copy of that, and the best case scenario is print a copy and have it handy, because that gives the due dates and the assignments for the class. We'll look at that specifically in a few moments. Also here is an introduction board. There are 4 quick questions if you'll answer those so that we can all get to know each other a bit before class starts. And then most importantly is the no-show assignment. That is due by 6 o'clock on Friday. After that, all the other assignments are going to be due on Wednesday for this course. But the no-show assignment and the introduction discussion board are due by 6 o'clock this Friday. The schedule of assignments is the most important document in the class. Again, I encourage you to download a copy for sure and perhaps print a copy. But here's how it works. To the left-hand side, you'll see the week of, and that date is always the Monday. And then so the readings that are due will be listed for this week. And then the assignments in the middle. For the first week, as I mentioned before, the no-show assignment and the introduction discussion board are due by 6 o'clock on Friday. After that, all the assignments for this course are due by 6 o'clock on Wednesday. You can work early if you like, but you must complete your assignments by 6 o'clock on Wednesday. I understand many other courses use 11:59 on Sunday, and that is precisely why this class uses Wednesday at 6 o'clock, so you don't have all of your work due at the same time. So for example, on the first week, the week begins on 6/5, then you have to have your work done by the Friday. The next week it begins on Monday, which is the 12th. You'll read chapters 1 and 2. There is an assignment inside the chapter 2 folder that is due by Wednesday the 14th at 6 p.m. and so on and so forth throughout the rest of the semester. The Lessons tab that are listed in the menu to the left on Blackboard is where you will find the majority of what you'll need for this course each week. Once you open the Lesson tab, then you'll see the chapters. You open up the current chapter, you'll find the directions for what's due that chapter. You'll find a link to the textbook for the readings that are due that week, and then also the assignment that's due. They'll all be inside that same chapter. Some chapters will have some resource material. If it's not listed under what's due, you don't have to use those resources. You don't have to complete those activities. You can use those resources for yourself. I like to remind you for emails, for all discussion, and for papers, this is a college course, so please don't treat it like a text message environment. Every assignment in the class is up to 100 points, and they are all weighted equally, so nothing weighs more than the other. There are a couple little papers and a department assessment, and they all are equal to 100 points, and none are weighted more than the other. And again, I'd like to remind you, in the Lessons folder, you'll find all the chapters and all the assignments that are due for the course. You can work ahead. It's entirely open. I cannot open a segment for you after the due date is passed. So I encourage you to take advantage and work ahead. This class has a department assessment. What that is where all the sociologists at Chattahoochee got together and we developed a test together. It's a multiple choice exam. That exam is in Chapter 13's folder, and you'll find there information about the respondus lockdown. So you will need to use that. If you've not used it before, you'll need to download the application. And then if you can't download an application to your computer, there are computers on all the Chattahoochee's campuses that have the respondus lockdown, and you have to use it in order to take that particular test. Again, that test is in Chapter 13's folder, and all the information is there inside that folder. I want to be clear about the discussion post. A lot of people are concerned that they've missed something. When you go to the discussion post, you can't read other students' replies until you post first. So create your response to the question or the topic, post that. Then after that, you'll be able to read through the other students' postings, and then you can choose one or more students to reply to for the weekly assignment. In your replies, you can't just write I agree or good work. You have to say why you agree, what's good about the work, and then ask questions if you like. Ask for more detail. Talk about how your post was on the same thread or quite a different thread. But the point is to engage in conversation, not just to have one or two short little sentences. You will not get full credit for the work if you do that. I've said it before, and it's worth saying again. You can work ahead. All the folders and assignments are open in advance. I strongly encourage you to work ahead. That way, if you run into any problems, I'll be able to help you. If you begin working on an assignment 10 minutes before it's due and you run into a problem with your computer or internet, you will not be able to reach me generally at 6 o'clock in the evening, and so you will end up losing points or not earning any points for that assignment. So I encourage you, if you don't work way ahead, at least don't wait till the last hour to begin your assignment. All the graded material for this course is submitted online. So at some point you're going to have to access the internet. We all have problems with our computers and Wi-Fi and home internet. That is true, happens to every single one of us, and usually at terrible times. So I want to, remind you to work ahead if possible so that you can avoid situations like that. But also be mindful that my internet went out or my computer crashed will not be a good excuse for not turning in your homework, because most of us have more than one device. If your Wi-Fi goes down, we can go to Burger King, McDonald's, Starbucks, Walmart, Publix. All those places have free Wi-Fi, which you could use to complete your assignment. If something happens to your device, most people have a friend or family in the house who have a smartphone or more than one device. Or you can go to a public library or any of the campus libraries to use computers to complete your assignment. So not having a computer or a device or the internet will not work as an excuse for not submitting an assignment for this course. I have a little presentation inside the announcements called The Dog Ate My Homework that says basically all the same things I just said. It's much more entertaining, though. I encourage you to view it. The IT administrator said the average student here has 600 unopened emails in their student account. I can't do anything about the fact that it's not popular for young people to open their email or to use email. At Chattahoochee Tech, we're required to use the student email to send information. So in Blackboard does not have its own default email. When you send a message from Blackboard, it goes to Chattahoochee email. So that will be the same. If you send a message to me, it will come to my work email. And if I send a message through Blackboard, it will come to your student email. I send messages regularly. Every week there'll be an update and then sometimes some information about individual work. You have to check your email regularly. There's nothing I can do around that. If you miss a message, I don't know how I would be able to help you. So I'm encouraging you now. The only way I can help you is check your email and check it regularly. This is a great course. My colleague Lee Keever and I developed this course for Chattahoochee some years ago. I'm delighted to be working with you this term in the social problems class. If you have any questions, please reach out to me via email. It's the fastest way to reach me. If you leave a voicemail, it goes to my email, and so I still won't even get back to you on the phone any faster than through email. So I encourage you to reach out with any questions you have, any concerns, or any comments. Sometimes students have a lot of questions. They want to or have some thoughts on some of the material and want to go further with that and talking, and I'm happy to do that. So I can, through the email, we can set up a time for a phone conversation, or I can set up a WebEx online conversation, and I'm delighted to do that at any time. I look forward to a fantastic semester.